I have a Motorola Play, and I'll put a new screen in like this. So it's very important what you have to do. The screen has to be good quality, and you can feel it in this section. There's a glass, and before you put it in, you have to use as a glue a Gorilla Glue, but you have to put very small glue on the phone in order to make it fine, because this glue swallows, gets bigger. So first of all, make sure you never lift the screen from that section. So always hold it from here. Make sure everywhere is clean. This side the edges are clean, and make sure this is comfortable. The home button has to be original, coming from the original screen. I tell you, that was the original screen. So you can see the home button was removed and put it in the new one here, and the small light, as you can see, removed from and put it on the new one. So I just throw that away. So the new screen, you have to make sure with the new screen the edges of the phone is clean. This side all the way clean, and yep, and the screen fits well. So we have to check to see if the screen fits well or not before we put it in. So I just put the screen in. Yep, so I put the screen in and make sure that it fits well. You have to feel, to push the screen down and feel it to see it fits okay. If it doesn't fit, then the screen will bump, will create a bump and break the phone. So before we put the screen, we have to double check if it works or not. There you go. So I didn't put the screen. The screen works alright, as the customer detail is on. The good practice that while you're pressing the screen to fit it in, and turn the screen on to see if it is still reactive or if it makes any problems. Now I'm ready to put the screen, to put the glue on. Make sure they all clean up. You can use the cotton with a special liquid to clean that part. So to make sure the edges are fine for the screen to be fitted in. I'm always double careful to put the screen on before. I always double check. So you have to put a tiny, very tiny drop. As you can see, that much drop here. Get the camera. That drop all around. This takes, actually, you can read, takes 1 to 2 hours to dry, but you have to apply it within 15 minutes. So we have plenty of time to apply the glue in, and you have to use a tweezer or some kind of metal to finely spread it out all over the phone. But don't put excessive, don't put too much, otherwise you will ruin the phone. You don't want to ruin your phone. So you have to be very careful on this glue, because this Gorilla Glue expands 2-3 times. So you have to put very fine, very small, tiny drops to all over the surface, so that when it dries out, it will expand a few times and it won't push your phone up. Instead, it's gonna stick it in the place. But as I said, if you put too much, you will ruin the phone, so do not. Because as I said, you have to be careful and you have to remove excessive glue on the edges. That might cause problem in the future, because this glue is very strong. Normally I don't use that glue for tablets, digitizers, for others. This only glue for phones. They have very small surface here, very small surface. Here I can use another glue, but as I'm using the one, so Gorilla used all. So it seems okay, them all. That's the one that you can see all over it. Okay, so let's try to put it in. Wipe my tweezers. And let's put the screen in. So careful what you do. First the connector, the touch connector, and the LCD connector. Yep, so let's see if the LCD connector is okay. So the LCD connector, touch connector, they have to be perfect. A little problem cause too much problem. So I don't close it like this. What I do, don't use a sellotape. It's so sticky. So it's better to use this kind of tape that's not very bad. I don't know the name of this really. So let's put it on. So first we have to put the from the top and close it, and from the bottom side, make sure that you do it fine. Close it. So I will keep it 1 hour like this, then after I come back. So after the glue is settled, after a few hours later, it's ready to go. So please be very gentle on the screen. When you put the screen on, you have to clean around edges after the glue dries. Just be careful, because those screens are not original screens. The glass is a fragile. Original screens, unfortunately, expensive, and sometimes people don't like to do that. And so the fake screen doesn't mean it's really fake, but it's a display sometimes very dimmed, little dimmed. Now I turn it on. It's now very good, sealed all around, and now it's ready to go. And it works fine now, as you can see. So it's our end of video. Thank you very much for watching.